All right, let's dive into this Big Ten championship, huh?
Yeah.
The #1 Oregon Ducks
Wow.
versus the #3 Penn State Nittany Lions.
Huge matchup.
We got the live updates. We're looking at all the post-game analysis.
Absolutely.
But we're going deeper than just the final score here.
Of course, yeah.
We're going to figure out, like, what were the strategies?
Right.
What were the standout plays?
For sure.
What were some of those moments that had everybody, like, on the edge of their seat?
Oh, yeah, definitely those what-if moments.
So what was so interesting about this game for you?
Well, you had these two completely different styles of play.
Right.
You've got Oregon, known for that air raid offense.
Yeah.
And then you've got Penn State.
Yeah.
Like ground and pound, just running the ball.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was like a chess match out there.
Totally.
With each team trying to outsmart the other.
And they came out firing right away.
Oh, yeah.
The first quarter.
First quarter was insane.
It was an offensive shootout. Kenyon Sadiq.
Oh, my goodness.
For Oregon, he was electrifying.
He was unreal.
2 touchdowns, including one
And that hurdle.
where he hurdled over a defender
I mean, come on.
for a 28-yard touchdown.
Unbelievable athleticism.
I mean, that was incredible.
But it wasn't just about individual skill.
Right.
Oregon's offense was designed
Okay.
to find those weaknesses in Penn State's secondary,
Yeah.
targeting specific matchups.
I see.
And they executed their game plan perfectly.
Yeah, it was a strategy. 100%. And Penn State, they answered back
Oh, they did.
with some really impressive plays of their own, like
Yeah.
Nick Singleton's 41-yard run.
That dude was a beast.
Yeah.
And that run really set the tone for their rushing attack. Their plan was clear: control the clock,
Right.
wear down Oregon's defense,
Yeah.
and just dominate on the ground.
It was a back-and-forth battle.
Oh, yeah.
In the first half,
Back and forth.
55 points.
Can you believe that?
55
I
points.
mean, record-tying 55 points.
It was wild.
Absolutely wild.
Then, in the second quarter,
Things change.
Oregon's Dante Manning
Yep.
intercepts a pass
Huge play.
from Drew Eller
Right.
and takes it all the way back to the 1-yard line,
To the one.
leading to another Oregon touchdown.
Big momentum swing.
That interception was a turning point.
It really was.
It showed how much pressure Keller was under.
Yeah, I mean, he had some great moments.
He did.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But he also made some critical errors.
Right.
And Oregon, they took advantage.
They did.
This game really tested him.
Yeah.
You know, his decision-making in those high-pressure situations.
True.
Experience matters in those moments.
It does.
And this is a big learning experience for him.
But Penn State, they didn't give up.
Oh, absolutely not.
They fought back.
They showed it.
Scored 2 more touchdowns before halftime.
They showed their resilience.
They did.
They did.
And then we get to the third quarter.
Uh-huh.
Penn State has a chance
A chance to tie it up.
to tie the game,
Yeah.
drive down the field,
Yep.
and they miss a 40-yard field goal.
Oh, man.
That was a huge missed opportunity,
It was.
especially in a close game like this.
Especially in a game like this, yeah.
Special teams.
Yeah,
Sometimes we overlook them,
right.
but they can really change the momentum.
Absolutely.
And how did Oregon respond?
Well, how do you think?
With another touchdown.
Of course.
Love.
With another touchdown.
Says Johnson.
That guy, man.
He had an unbelievable game.
He was on fire.
48-yard touchdown pass.
Just incredible.
And that put Oregon back up by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he was a nightmare for Penn State's defense.
He really was.
He was making defenders miss,
Yeah.
breaking tackles, consistently gaining extra yards.
He was something else.
He was amazing.
But you got to give Penn State credit.
Oh, absolutely.
They did not let that deflate them.
No.
They kept fighting.
They kept fighting.
In the fourth quarter,
Yep.
they closed the gap to 8 points.
That's James Franklin for you, though.
Right.
He instills this never-give-up mentality.
Yeah.
And it showed
It did.
throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
And he's chasing that 100th win.
Huge milestone.
100 career wins?
Yeah.
That would be incredible to do that in the playoffs.
Oh, for sure.
But those missed opportunities in the fourth quarter,
They hurt.
the failed 2-point conversion,
Yeah.
they really came back to haunt them.
Those are the moments that stick with you.
Yeah.
You know, in championship games, the margin for error
Is so small.
so small.
It's tiny.
Every play, every decision matters.
Absolutely.
And those missed opportunities, well, they allowed Oregon to keep that lead.
They did, and then came a pivotal moment.
Oh, yeah.
4th and 2.
Cuts time.
Oregon decides to go for it.
That was a bold call.
Dan Lanning,
First-year head coach.
first-year head coach,
Yeah.
showing a lot of confidence.
Tons of confidence in his team.
And they converted,
They did.
kept the drive alive. And it helped seal the victory.
Sealed the deal.
Penn State, they scored one final touchdown.
With just a few minutes left.
Under 4 minutes.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough.
Not.
No.
Final score.
So we go.
45-37.
Oregon takes it.
Oregon wins.
But, even though Oregon won,
Yeah.
you have to acknowledge Penn State's running game.
It was incredible.
292 yards on the ground.
Wow.
Both Katron Allen and Nicholas Singleton. Over 100 yards each.
That is amazing.
Amazing.
But, individual performances
You don't always mean a win.
don't guarantee a win.
Right.
There were some calls. There were some missed opportunities.
Oh, yeah, those what-ifs.
Those what-ifs for Penn State.
I could be thinking about those.
Let's talk about those controversial calls.
Okay, let's do it.
That incomplete pass.
You know which one I'm talking about.
In the fourth quarter,
James Franklin was fuming.
he was not happy.
Not at all.
And it's not just about one call. It's about how those calls can change the entire game.
The momentum shifts.
The momentum shifts, yeah.
Totally.
And then the penalties against Penn State,
Oh, the penalties.
2 unnecessary roughness calls,
Huh?
2 face masks.
Costly.
They gave Oregon extra chances.
Extra yards, extra points.
In a game this close,
It all adds up.
every yard, every point matters.
Absolutely.
And then those almost moments for Penn State.
You're killing me.
Singleton stumbling after that 41-yard run.
Oh, so close.
That failed reverse option play.
Ah, what could have been,
It makes you think
doesn't it?
about how those little things can have a huge impact.
They really can.
It's like fate, or maybe just the unpredictable nature of the game.
You never know what's going to happen.
You really don't.
That's why we love it.
Speaking of unpredictability,
Let's talk playoffs.
playoff seeding.
Yeah.
Oregon, with this win,
Number 1 seed.
secured the number 1 seed.
They're looking good.
They're in a great spot for the playoffs.
Yeah. For those who might not know about playoff seeding,
Yeah, explain it.
it basically determines who plays who
Okay,
and who gets home field advantage.
gotcha.
And the number 1 seed is huge.
Why is that?
You often get a first-round bye.
Oh, wow.
Extra rest.
Yeah,
More prep time.
that's a big advantage.
Huge advantage.
So Oregon's in a good spot.
Oh, yeah.
What about Penn State?
Well, they're waiting to see where they land in the playoff picture,
Right.
hoping for that number 5 seed.
Okay.
But no matter what,
Yeah,
they've proven themselves.
they have.
They're a tough team to beat,
This game was a roller coaster.
wasn't it?
From those first quarter touchdowns
it was
to the final minute,
a nail-biter.
it had everything.
It did.
It was a championship game.
It was a great game.
It was a great game.
It really showed the heart of both teams,
It did.
and it leaves us with some things to think about.
Yeah, I mean, what if Penn State had made those field goals? What if they hadn't gotten those penalties?
What if? What if?
What if? What if?
So many possibilities.
How would the game have been different?
Who knows?
We'll keep thinking about that
Yeah,
as we continue to dive deeper
Let's go deeper.
into this Big Ten championship clash.
Can't wait. Yeah, it really makes you think, huh?
It does.
About how those little moments can completely change a game.
Totally. And you know what else surprised me?
What's that?
The ticket prices.
Oh, yeah.
They were kind of low
Really?
for a matchup between the top 2 teams,
Yeah. You'd think it'd be a hotter ticket.
You would.
Maybe it's because Oregon's new to the Big Ten.
That's true.
Their fans are still, getting used to it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why demand wasn't as high.
It'll be interesting to see how that changes in the future.
For sure.
And speaking of Oregon,
Yeah.
those all-black uniforms,
Oh, yeah.
bold choice.
Bold look.
And they played boldly, too.
They did.
Went head-to-head with Penn State's running game.
And they showed off their offense, too.
Dylan Gabriel.
4 touchdowns.
He was awesome.
So calm under pressure.
I know, dissecting that Penn State defense.
But we can't forget about Tyler Warren.
Oh, Penn State's tight end.
He was everywhere.
Almost broke the single-season record.
For receiving yards by a tight end.
He's such a versatile player.
He is.
You can put him anywhere.
Tight end, receiver, even running back sometimes.
A nightmare to defend against.
A total nightmare.
And this game was a matchup of coaching styles, too.
It was.
Dan Lanning, first Big Ten championship,
First year,
versus James Franklin, the veteran.
trying to get that playoff win.
They both made some gutsy calls.
They did. Lanning going for it on 4th and 2.
In the fourth quarter.
Such a gamble.
But it paid off.
Big time.
Showed how much he trusts his team.
Yeah, and Franklin, even though they lost,
Right.
he kept them in the game.
When they were down by a lot.
He's known for that aggressive play calling.
We saw it.
We definitely saw it.
Yeah. And almost 100 wins for him.
Can you imagine?
Getting that in the playoffs.
That would be something.
Speaking of individual achievements,
Yeah.
Abdul Carter.
Defensive player of the year.
Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year.
So well-deserved.
He was a monster all season.
Disruptive force.
And for Oregon, Marcus Harper.
The offensive guard.
Came back from injury.
Missed 3 games.
And really helped that offensive line.
It's always great to see a player come back like that.
It is.
And contribute to a big win.
I remember Dan Lanning on game day.
Oh, yeah. What'd he say?
Talking about controlling explosive plays,
Right.
understanding Penn State's key players.
Sounds like they did that pretty well.
It's wild to think
What?
that this was Oregon's first season in the Big Ten.
First season.
And they won the championship.
Talk about making a statement.
Incredible.
They didn't just adapt. They
A
dominated.
team to watch in the playoffs, for sure.
Absolutely.
Now Penn State, they got to regroup.
They did.
Get ready for the playoffs.
Think about those what-ifs.
Those small details.
That's the thing about football.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes down to the tiniest things.
I know.
A missed tackle.
A drop pass.
A penalty at the worst time.
They can change everything.
It's what makes it so exciting.
Makes you believe in fate.
Or just, the randomness of it all.
You never know what's going to happen.
And that's why we keep coming back for more.
We crave those moments.
The excitement, the skill.
Those close games.
That keep you guessing.
Drew Aller.
Yeah, the young quarterback.
This was a real test for him.
It was.
Some great plays.
Definitely.
But some costly mistakes, too.
That interception was rough.
It was.
But this is how you learn.
Especially at this level.
On this stage, yeah.
How he responds to this.
It'll be interesting to see.
It will, for him and for Penn State.
Adversity can make you stronger.
You learn from your mistakes.
He's got the talent.
He does.
But can he handle those tough moments?
That's the question.
We'll see.
But let's talk about Oregon's win.
Okay.
It was a team effort. Offense and defense.
That offensive line.
Protecting Dylan Gabriel.
Giving him time to throw.
They were great.
And the defensive backs.
Dante Manning with that pick.
Clutch play.
They were all over the field.
Making it tough for Penn State. Oregon's got a well-rounded team.
They can win in a lot of ways.
They can score a lot.
They can run the ball.
They can get stops when they need them.
That's what you need for the playoffs. The competition is fierce.
Every player has to step up.
If they want that championship.
It's a tough road.
But they've shown they can handle it.
They've got the talent.
The coaching.
And the mentality.
They're for real.
This Big Ten championship.
It was something else.
Unpredictable. Exciting.
It was like the whole season.
Full of surprises.
A game that had everyone on the edge of their seats.
It really did.
The best of college football on display.
The passion, the intensity.
The strategy, the will to win.
And now
we look ahead to the playoffs.
We do.
Oregon's celebrating.
Penn State's reflecting.
They've got a chance.
To make a deep run.
The playoffs are a fresh start.
A chance to prove themselves.
And who knows?
What?
Maybe we'll see a rematch.
Oregon versus Penn State again.
That would be epic.
It would.
But for now,
yeah.
Let's appreciate what we saw.
That Big Ten championship.
The passion, the intensity.
The drama, the pursuit of victory. It was a great game.
It was.
And we'll be back.
To finish our deep dive.
After this.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about that game.
Me too. It was intense.
So much going on.
Yeah, we've just scratched the surface.
There's so much to analyze.
The coaches, the players, all the little decisions.
Right. And there were some players, who didn't get a ton of attention.
Yeah, but they were important.
Like Chris Hudson for Oregon.
Oh, yeah, he had a good game.
Quietly effective.
Making catches, moving the chains.
Reliable target for Gabriel.
Not flashy, but dependable.
Exactly.
You need those guys. And for Penn State,
yeah,
their offensive line.
Oh, they were working.
Led by Olu Fashanu.
Future NFL star.
They created those holes.
For Allen and Singleton.
Battled hard all game.
Even against that Oregon defense.
I wonder what James Franklin was thinking.
Walking off the field.
After that loss.
Probably a lot of things.
Disappointment, I'm sure.
Yeah, but also pride.
In his team.
They fought hard.
And determination, I bet.
To learn from it.
And come back stronger in the playoffs.
He's a competitor.
He is. That what-if feeling.
But also knowing they still have a chance.
The playoffs are a new season.
A reset button.
Time to prove themselves.
James Franklin, he's always striving for more.
I bet he's already analyzing everything.
Looking for ways to improve.
This deep dive.
It's been interesting.
It has, and I think it shows you something.
About college football.
It's more than just the game.
It's the human element.
The passion, the dedication.
The heartbreaks, the triumphs.
It's about the stories.
On and off the field.
The players, the coaches, the fans.
This game had it all.
It did. It was inspiring.
Makes you want more.
I know. So for our listeners.
What should they do?
Watch the game again.
Okay.
But this time,
Pay attention to the details,
the strategy,
the matchup.
the coaching adjustments,
You'll see it differently.
you'll understand the game better.
And don't forget those what-if moments.
The missed chances.
The calls that could have gone either way.
They're part of what makes it so exciting.
Anything can happen.
You never know.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a great journey.
We've learned a lot.
We have. Until next time.
Keep exploring
Keep learning.
and keep diving deep.